We begin with a rather sad development here in Lagos, where at least 3 persons have died and many others sustained varying degrees of injuries after a Lagos State staff bus and a commercial train had a head-on collision along Agege Motor Road. Investigation gathered revealed that the immediate cause of the incident was due to reckless driving on the part of the BRT bus driver while trying to beat the train traffic signal before the moving train rammed into the BRT. The injured victims have been administered first aid treatment by the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency's medical team and Lassam bus officials and some have been taken to trauma center at Lasus, Ikeja, for further treatment. More reports say 2 officials of the Nigerian Railway Corporation attempted to stop the driver from crossing, but he allegedly ignored the directive and drove past the rail. TVC correspondent Sarah Yeku is going to join me now from the scene of the accident to give us updates. Sarah, if you can hear me, what more do we know at this time?
So just before I give you a bit of update, because you see that there are a lot of persons around here, staying here just to see what happens, commiserating and feeling for those who were involved in today's accident. Just like you have read from your script that the accident was between a train and the BRT bus. The BRT bus was conveying Lagos State government staff to the office this morning. But just before I go on to talk about the implication of what has happened this morning and the impact on persons that were in the bus or in the train at the time, let me just bring in someone here who wants to also speak with us and talk to us about what he feels the government can do to ensure that this doesn't happen again. Because, Veronica, this is not the first time this is happening, but at this spot, this is where the issue is, this intersection between Ikeja along intersection, which is where the PWD bus stop specifically, which is where the incident happened. So, good morning, sir. Talk to us about what you've seen this morning.
Well, it's unfortunate. We want to commiserate with the families of those who lost their loved ones in this unfortunate and avoidable circumstance.
So you're saying it's avoidable. Why would you say that?
It's avoidable because in every decent society, when we were growing up, in every railway crossing, we usually have a police post that they will put a barricade here. As soon as they trace the train coming from a far distance, they block the entrance. So no vehicle can come in and go out until the train passes. But unfortunately, maybe because of the reconstruction that is going on. But even at that, we must still also put safety measures in place. Because as a matter of fact, let's be truthful to ourselves, we have citizens that are not also willing to obey laws. Yes, as we have on the side of the government, we have on the part of the citizens. Information that I have was that they stopped the BRT bus from passing, but he said he thought he could be faster than the train. Hence, this avoidable tragedy. So, as we are both citizens and the government must be willing to do what is right. Most of the time, you discover that even look at our road, simple road traffic, people don't obey traffic laws. So, if we have citizens that are willing to obey laws, an accident occurred this morning. The death could have been avoided along Meron this morning. The death could have been avoided if the driver uses the seatbelt. Look at our roads. How many of them are using seatbelts? It's very, very unfortunate.
So, Veronica, that gives you a sense of what people around here are feeling at this time, considering what happened this morning. This incident happened at about 7:30 a.m. While people were going to work. And, of course, you have neighbors, people around, just standing around and waiting for the day to commence. But sadly, at about 7:30 a.m., there was this collision here at the PWD bus stop, this intersection here. Right now, you see that vehicular movement has resumed on the road. We see that the vehicles are now using the intersection. Earlier, we saw a train also use the track. But if you take a look at what has happened on the track, if you take a look at what has happened on the track, of course, you see people still standing on the track. If you take a look at what has happened to the track, you see the marks of the train, trying to stop. You see the marks. The driver was trying to stop the train, but However, it had already hit the BRT bus, and then it took the BRT bus all the way down close to the overhead bridge you're seeing there. Close to the overhead bridge you're seeing there, and that's where the train was able to stop with the BRT bus. But unfortunately, eyewitnesses have told me that there was a lady standing around this area. She was also affected, and then also from the bus there were some other injured persons. 84 of them have been taken to the hospital, that's Lassus in Agege, and then 3 bodies were recovered from this incident. We expect that the governor is at the moment at Lassus, of course, visiting the patients and getting to feel what is going on at the hospital. But right here, the scraps of the bus that was involved in this incident is still at the scene. Of course, you see some persons guarding the scraps, ensuring that scavengers do not take the scraps, just in honor of the victims involved in this incident. Because you know that the victims involved in this incident are persons that are close to the governor. They are Lagos State government staff, and it's pretty sad and unfortunate that this happened to them. Veronica.
Right. Sarah, just a quick one. There are those who are wondering what the situation is with the driver of the BRT bus.
So the information that we got is that the BRT driver was able to escape. That we heard that from one of the emergency responders who doesn't want to be quoted, but we know that the BRT bus driver escaped from the incident. But the people are putting the blame on the driver, saying that this could have been avoided. The driver could have waited just a few seconds or a few minutes. He could have waited for the train to pass, because it doesn't take so long for a train to pass a particular section. It takes less than a minute for a train to pass if it's on full speed. Less than a minute, the train has passed. But the BRT bus, in a haste, maybe trying to take people to work or something, tried to play a smart one on the train, but then this happened. Emergency responders, of course, and people around are saying that the government should do more, apart from the fact that people should also be cautious about how they use a road and also obey traffic laws, that the government should at least put, even though reconstruction is ongoing at various sections of the rail line, the government could put up security or safety measures at this spot to ensure that people adhere, to the traffic laws. Because at these sections, you have traffic law enforcement agencies at this sections. Just at the corner there, you see LASMA officials there. At some other places, you see FRSC officials also stationed at some places along the rail line. But majorly, when this incident happened, you had the people, be the first responders. Before the official emergency responders got to the scene. The people were the first responders, helping people get out of the bus, helping those who were in the train at the time this incident happened.
Sarah Yeku will definitely keep tabs with you for more updates as events unfold.